Hello everyone, this is a continuation of your lesson Atoms and Molecules, class 10, lesson number 7. And in this video, we are going to see the mole concept and Avogadro's hypothesis and relationship between vapor density and relative molecular mass. Let's see the lesson. First, what is a mole? So, if we mention in 1 dozen, it means 12 numbers. So if we say a dozen of bangles means there is 12 number of bangles are there. So same way to group up a small entities like your atoms, molecules or ions, we use the term mole. And what is a mole is 1 mole is the amount of substance that contains as many elementary entities. So the elementary entities can be atoms, molecules or other particles like ions, all those things. And as there are atoms in exactly 12 gram of the carbon 12 isotopes. So here we are taking carbon 12 isotope as a reference, and with that reference we are doing all these things. Okay, and it is equals to Avogadro number, and it is denoted as Na, and the Avogadro number Na is equals to 6.023 into 10 power 23. So if we say a mole of atoms means, that is if we say 1 mole of atom means it is an it is 6.023 into 10 power 23 atoms, number of atoms present in it. Okay, so and it is equals to its gram atomic mass. And if we say mole of molecules, so that is if we say 1 mole of molecule means we are saying that it contains 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecules are there in that thing. Okay, and same way if you are saying 1 molar volume, so 1 molar volume means, so any gas at office 22.4 liters or 22,400 ml at standard temperature and pressure. So if you say 1 molar volume means it is 22.4 liters, and that is we'll call as a molar volume. And look at this picture. In this picture, so we are given mole as a center, and using this mole concept we can define the gas molar volume. If you say gas, we'll say that as a molar volume, and if you represent molecules we'll say molar molecule, 1 mole of molecule or 2 mole of molecule, and if you represent an atom we'll say as 1 mole of an atom. Okay, and these two will be in a grams, so atoms and molecules will be in grams, and this volume of gas will be in liters or ml, that's milliliters. Next is the calculation of number of moles by different modes. So the number of moles is denoted by a small n. It is denoted by small n, and we can calculate by using various formula. First one is mass by atomic mass. So that is a given mass by your atomic mass. You can calculate the number of moles. Other ways are, if we divide the mass by molecular mass, you can calculate the number of moles, or number of atoms by Avogadro number will give the number of moles, or number of molecules by Avogadro number will give you the number of moles. So these are various formula to calculate the number of moles. So depending on what was given, you can calculate. You can rearrange this and we can calculate the number of moles. So next one is Avogadro's hypothesis. So Avogadro's hypothesis, it states that equal volume of all gases under similar condition of temperature and pressure contains equal number of molecules. So for example, so here Look at this picture. We have four balloons, and inside the four balloons we have different gases, and the volume of each balloons are similar. So volume of all the four balloons are same, and so according to Avogadro's law, so if we have 10 helium, as the first balloon is helium gas balloon. So if we have 10 atoms of helium here, in oxygen balloon also will have 10 molecules, and here also it will be 10, and here also it will be 10. Why? Because all these have a similar volume and the pressure and temperature are same. So this is according to Avogadro's hypothesis, and based on this, what he relates is volume of a gas is directly related to the number of moles. So we can give it as volume is equals to constant into n. N is the number of moles. Next one, application of Avogadro's law. First application is it explains Gay-Lussac's law effectively. Second one, it helps in determination of atomicity of gases. So based on this Avogadro's law, we can calculate whether it is a monatomic or diatomic, all these things. And next one, so molecular formula of gas can be derived using the Avogadro's law effectively. And next, it helps to determine the relationship between molecular mass and vapor density. Next, it helps to determine gram molar volume of all gases. That is 22.4 liter at S2P. We came to this conclusion based on this Avogadro's law. So next one is relationship between vapor density and relative molecular mass. So first, what is a relative molecular mass? So relative molecular mass of a gas or vapor is the ratio between the mass of one molecule of a gas or vapor to the mass of one atom of hydrogen. So relative molecular mass is mass of one molecule of gas by mass of one atom of hydrogen. And next, vapor density. It is also a ratio between the mass of certain volume of gas or vapor to the mass of an equal volume of hydrogen measured under the same condition of temperature and pressure. So we can write the vapor density as Vd is equals to mass of given volume of gas or vapor divided by mass of the same volume of hydrogen. So applying Avogadro's law in this thing. So according to Avogadro's law, let the number of molecules in one volume is equals to n. Then we can write that equation as Vd is equals to mass of n molecules of gas or vapor at STP divided by mass of n molecules of hydrogen. And that's n will be getting cancelled, so we can write it as mass of one molecule of gas at STP by mass of one molecule of hydrogen. And however, always hydrogen happens to be present as a diatomic, so we can write that as mass of two atoms of hydrogen. Instead of one molecule of hydrogen here, we can replace this one molecule of hydrogen as two atoms of hydrogen. So this vapor density becomes, which is equals to mass of one molecule of a gas or vapor at STP by mass of two atoms of hydrogen. And this we can write as mass of two atoms. We can write that as, we can split it and write as 2 into mass of one atom of hydrogen. Okay. So then, and according to relative molecular mass, according to the hydrogen scale, it is mass of one molecule of gas or vapor at STP by mass of one atom of hydrogen. So we can substitute this relative molecular mass in this vapor density equation. That is, this mass of one molecule of gas or vapor divided by mass of one atom of hydrogen, which is equals to RMM. So by substituting that, we get Vd is equals to relative molecular mass by 2. So if we rearrange this equation, so what we get is 2 into vapor density equals to relative molecular mass. So otherwise relative molecular mass is equals to 2 into vapor density. So this is a relationship between vapor density and relative molecular mass. So thank you. I'll meet you in the next video.